Carter was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. He was 5.5. He was just a little boy at that time. He was slowly deteriorating. You could see all of the bones in his back. We headed to the emergency room. He was put into the pediatric ICU that night with diabetic ketoacidosis. That's how most people die with undiagnosed type 1 diabetes, is their body goes into DKA, which means their body isn't making the insulin anymore, and their body is just breaking itself down. And we were there for about 4 or 5 days. Is now lifelong on a machine and needing medication to stay alive, and it's been hard, but he is the strongest person I've ever met.
It was pretty hard at first, and then once they figured out how to use all the stuff, it started getting easier. The needle started to hurt less and less. Sometimes diabetes does make it feel like a struggle. Nova does help ease that. Nova is a diabetic alert dog that helps me with my high and low blood sugars.
Once I found out that diabetic alert dogs existed, I immediately went home and we researched every company we could find online. But when we called SDWR, it just felt very personal to us. It was an individual conversation. It wasn't a textbook corporate response. When you're in that moment, a couple months from diagnosis with your little boy, you just feel like you need someone that understands and that is going to help you through the process and talk you through it and not send you a piece of paper and wish you the best of luck. The day that we received Nova, I will never forget. It was one of the best moments since his diagnosis.
My mom told me that we finally got enough donations to get Nova, and we heard a knock on our door. The woman came in with Nova. She ran and jumped on the couch and started licking my face. It was love at first sight. I was really, really excited because I got someone that could help me, because I was really young then. I didn't know anything. I'm just glad I had someone to help me.
It was incredible that she just latched right onto him and they became inseparable. And she hasn't missed a beat since then. Nova has consistently been ahead of the technology. So Carter got a pump and a CGM about 6 months after diagnosis.
I have a diabetic pump called a CGM, or continuous glucose monitor, that tells you what your blood sugar is, and it's pretty accurate.
And it was great. It took away the shots, it made life a little bit easier, gave him some freedom. But as soon as that dog walked in the door, she was consistently 20 to 30 minutes ahead of the CGM. The technology is amazing. The dog is better. The dog is more consistent. CGM would say he's fine, and she would be alerting, and I'd check him and he was low. And she's saved his life literally more times than I can count. It's been incredible. We were sitting in the pool area, the boys were swimming. I checked his blood sugar before we got in. It was mid-200s. They were only gonna swim for about 20 minutes. Had Nova next to me, and she was relentless, alerting and alerting. Like, I know, he's high, you don't like it, I get it, he's high. He seemed fine, he was swimming and laughing and talking, and finally she just got up and jumped on my girlfriend that was sitting next to me. I'm like, all right, let's check. Even though he looks fine, he's probably still high. I checked him and his blood sugar was low 40s. I've had a lot of conversations with people about service dogs, and the cost always deters them. And I can tell you that I would do it every day for the rest of my life, just for that one moment.
When Nova watches over me, it feels really good. It feels like I have kind of like a guardian angel. She is a superhero, probably better than the comics.
Being attached to a machine every day and knowing as a mom that your child is constantly in danger. This dog has been incredible. She has been the silver lining in this really hard time for my son.